Everything good? Everything good? Yeah, looks like it. Alrighty. Looks like I need to turn my audio up a little bit, but that's easy enough. Let's set it to that. What's the worst that happens? I don't expect to be yelling a whole lot. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since we last tried to look at the reaction video backlog. Actually, did it just... Hang on, did I get the timing wrong on coming in? Yeah, maybe. Either way. As you can tell, this is not my normal operating system. I don't have occasion to come here very often, but there is a very specific reason for why we are here. Because the last time I attempted to look at the reaction video backlog live, I ended up in, well, the last 2 times I attempted to do it live, I ended up in a weird situation where I was unable to watch the YouTube videos that had been brought up. I believe there was some issue where because I was kept pausing and unpausing stuff, it ended up freezing up. And because of that, my thought was, you know what? I have an idea in order to fix this. Is it a hardware issue? Well, okay, was it a hardware issue? The problem is I swapped out my main YouTube drive for something a little bigger, and that didn't seem to help. So, the question at hand today is simple. Was it some eccentricity of my operating system after it has been in use for so long? So, my thought was, you know what? Let's find out. I turn my audio down a little bit more looking at that. I clearly came prepared. So, I've decided to jump into my Linux partition, and so we're going to find out firsthand whether or not we're actually prepared for this. So, we got 4 videos on the docket for tonight. We'll see how many we get through before my computer gives out, and if it doesn't give out, great! That'll be great comfort when I eventually switch to Ubuntu more frequently. Or at least near exclusively. I've talked about my plans to eventually move there when Windows 10 kicks the bucket, or at least is no longer being officially supported, so may as well get used to it now, right? So this will be the first and only time you see this particular setup, but hey. Should be interesting enough once we get further in. Alright, let me just mess with things real quick. So, is there anything I need to see to in chat before we get too far in? Let's see. Hey, Kokomesh. I think I figured out why I can't get into CRPGs. I keep feeling like I need to make a new character. Like, I make one, play a few minutes, and go, meh, I want a new one. That sounds like a personal problem then, but alright. And hello, Lou. How you doing? And looks like that's all that needs to be said in chat. Alrighty, so, got 4 videos for you, 3 of which were recommended by Gilgamesh, 1 from Regal. So, we're going to look at the 2 smaller ones first to determine whether or not my computer will actually cooperate with me. So, to that end, let's see, is there anything I need to say before this one? So, I don't know too much about this particular channel. Looks like it's not, looks like it's on the more obscure side. Actually, to be fair, that's about the size of my, a little smaller than my review channel, so I guess I can't say anything there. So, I have no idea what to expect from this. I believe this was something that Gilgamesh posted as a result of some shitpost he had put in chat, so I have no idea what sort of nonsense I'm getting into. Let's go.
As the executor of Mr. Muldoon's estate, I have been empowered to read Mr. Muldoon's last will and testament.
Well, get out.
Okay, so this is going to be something where they paired Phoenix Wright sprites with a comedy bit. Alright, let's see what it has to say for itself.
The bar's open soon.
Oh, poor dear Arthur.
Oh, there, Jenny. God, how predictably boring.
I never worked for a kinder man.
If we are all seated, I shall proceed with the reading.
I knew it.
I, Arthur Durham Muldoon, being of sound mind and body...
That's a laugh.
Okay, so I can see where they're going with this. Fair enough. I have to interrupt every once in a while to make sure it's transformative, right? So, I don't know too much about the Phoenix Wright characters, but thus far they seem to be matching the sprites well with the voice, so let's see what else they got.
Do hereby divide up my considerable estate as follows. To my overly emotional sister, Jenny.
Jenny?
Okay, that's good.
He's talking about us.
Oh.
Who grubbed with her husband, Hank. Grubbed for everything they could get from me and then cried crocodile tears when I needed sympathy.
What?
To Jenny, I leave a boot to the head.
A what?
Okay, that's
Jenny,
good.
are you okay?
And another boot to her wimpy husband, Hank.
Ow!
Okay. Now I see why Gilgamesh was posting about this. I've never heard this audio before. This is glorious. I need the source.
This is an outrage.
But still, you are my sister. You have both admired my Rolls Royce, and since I no longer need it,
Oh, dear Arthur, he's too kind.
I bequeath another boot to the head.
What?
And one more for the wimp. Next to my alcohol.
Okay. I needed this laugh. Okay, thanks, chat. Thank you. Okay. Is this the whole bit? We're only a minute in, my god. We're only a minute in. Okay, I needed this laugh. Okay. Everybody, go subscribe to this guy immediately. Go do it. Do it now. Links in the description.
Alcoholic brother,
Hey, I don't want no boot to the head.
to dear Hedge, who has never worked a day in his drunken life,
I'm covering up my head.
I leave my wine cellar and 3 crates of my finest whiskey.
Really?
And a boot to the head. And another for Jenny and the wimp. Next,
I should not be drinking while I'm doing this. Okay, let me just take a swig of my water real quick. Apparently I should put a noise gate on. I had put noise cancellation on this thing. Hang on, I need to put a noise... I had seen a noise cancellation, well, noise suppression option. But... Let's try putting a noise gate on this. I have one on my... Alright, that should do. That probably sounded really damn weird, didn't it? Okay, so... Let's see. Alright, keyboard clack isn't coming up. Well, not keyboard clack, mouse click is not coming up, so that should be a decent enough close and open threshold. There are multiple... This is an old skit that has multiple versions of it. I'm gonna have to look that up then. So, it's just boot to the head, right? Actually, I'll look at it on my other Brave window. $1987, yeah, that is old. Fair enough. Alrighty, I'll definitely have to check that out later. Thank you for the recommendation. Okay, let me just get back to fix my setup. Alright, cool.
to my know-it-all nephew Ralston,
This is so predictable.
I leave a boot to the head
Ugh, I knew it.
and one for Jenny and the wimp. This
Okay, good use of having the sprite slightly below that. That was good.
takes care of family obligations. And now to Mrs. Mulroy,
Oh, I don't want nothing.
who took care of me faithfully these many, many years, who cared, made me laugh, brought me tea.
Oh, I didn't mind.
To Mrs. Mulroy, I bequeath a boot to the head. And one for Jenny and the wimp. And so to my cat Mittens, I leave my entire vast boot to the head.
Oh, that would kill it.
And finally to my lawyer, who has helped me on this will, I leave not a boot to the head, but a rabid Tasmanian devil to be placed in his trousers. And I leave my entire estate of $10 million to the people of Calgary so they can afford to move somewhere decent.
Okay, then.
Is that it? That's it?
That's disgraceful.
There's one last thing for everyone.
Cover your heads, everybody.
I leave everyone a lifetime supply of ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream, that's all?
That's all.
Well, what flavor is it?
Boot to the head.
Of course. Of freaking course. Alright, there we are. So, we have confirmed that it works. Good. Here's where the audio's from. Yep, I found that page, Gilgamesh. Worry not. Alrighty, fair enough. Okay, yeah, so go check out this channel. That was amusing. Very well done. Good use of that. How have I never heard that before? My god. Apparently I'm uncultured Schwein. Not that you didn't already know that. Alright. Excuse me while I keep messing with my audio settings, because clearly I am very happy about this. I'm having to use OBS in a way that I'm not used to, so... Because they handle... Well, I think the Windows version has a different way that you can handle streaming that's a little more user-friendly that, by the looks of it, hasn't been moved over to Linux yet, so we'll see how that plays out long term. Let's see. Sounds like something I would do. Yeah, pretty much, Lou. Okay, so... Next on the docket, excuse me while I tab around. So, next on the docket is something that Gilgamesh has been pestering me on to watch for a very long time. And, well, it's apparently the introduction to Xenogears, which I know very little about. I know it exists. I know that there is some obscure/niche connection to Xenoblade. But that's all I really know, so I have no idea whether this is going to be interesting or what have you, but it's a 10-minute intro, so I'm sure that nothing bad will happen. And the 4K is only going to be appreciated by me because this is a 4K monitors being compressed down to 1080p, so... We'll see what kind of strange artifacting emerges, right? Alright, pretentious text, good start. Is this a free space game? No one's gonna get that reference. What is this? An entire city built into a plane? Or is that just... Nah, unlikely. Probably just a view into it. Clearly I know everything about this. Now, this game came out in '98, right, Gilgamesh? I think that's what it said.
This is an emergency. Level 1 alert. Omega 1 restarting.
Suddenly going from a bunch of 3D stuff to what looks to be hand-drawn animated. A little distorted around the eyes based on the upscaling that was done, but still.
Alpha 1 genome restart.
Unless that was something that was built in, but originally, but either way.
Confirming exon replacement. Base code 85 million. 100 million. Its speed is overwhelming. Alpha 1 to raise your central. Access confirmed. Initializing fake net. Disconnected. Activating emergency shelter. Denied. Contamination is spreading widely. Captain.
Cut off the cables manually.
Roger. Activating self-destruct bolts. Confirming. No good, nothing happened. Omega 1, they are attacking.
So what exactly are they dealing with? I guess we'll find out.
We can't stop them. 98% of our weapons have been taken over. The autopilot system Faust has been accessed, and its phase space logic is being rewritten. Ergo area is increasing. An internal plane is forming. Switching to space displacement mode.
Alpha 1, confirming transfer of coordinate codes. Coordinates input, coordinate NX128, EZ061, the main planet.
Damn. So they're planning on attacking. Engine room. Activate the emergency sealing system. Engine room. Engine.
Well...
See that all...
So, being taken over by something, I wish they would tell me more about the threat, but I guess we'll find out.
Civilians and passengers are safely transported to the escape shuttles. I will send a dispatch after evacuation is complete. I am evacuating the ship. All of you, evacuate now.
Evacuate the ship immediately. All passengers please board the shuttles in a calm and orderly fashion.
What what exactly is taking over the ship then? Let's see. It's a mystery more so for the intrigue, I'm guessing is what Gilgamesh is saying. Although, Let's see. So what all is... And it looks like they're about to show up a direct comparison, so we can call it soon. Is that a survivor down there, or... What, was this just a fancy way to try and get me to play this Gilgamesh? Wouldn't put it past you, to be fair. Alright, I guess that's the intro then. And then showing the difference for their upscaling, presumably. Alrighty, we don't have to worry about that part. Well, I'm starting to detect a pattern in the kind of stories that the the authors of this universe like to tell. Still, I guess that's seen to without too much issue. So, next on the chopping block, I don't have too much to say on that. This is something that Regal's recommended, and I remember, I think on the stream after I had given it the go-ahead to be put on the docket, he was actually kind of surprised at the fact that I did put it on the docket. And I guess to some extent it's understandable why there'd be that confusion, because, yeah, I saw what the text said, Gilgamesh. I just don't have much to say on it because I don't have much to work with. Either way, so getting back up to this video. So, when I saw it show up, because I think Regal was surprised that I picked this out, because I believe he's mentioned Overwatch a couple of times, or at least the sequel, what they've been claiming as a sequel anyway. So, for all the differences that have existed, especially given that I'm pretty sure that they decided to roll back especially since I think they decided to roll back the change from 6v6 to 5v5, so they're going back to 6v6 soon. So, good job, guys. Clearly a worthwhile upgrade, quote-unquote. Still, independent of those concerns, so I think it was surprised that I went through with that because I have made my disdain for Blizzard as a whole quite clear over the last few years. And to simplify it, to put it in simple terms so that we don't completely dominate the conversation with it, what it boiled down to is that I think around end of 2019, actually no, not end of 2019, end of 2018, yeah, going back pretty far, there was, I guess it was a 1-2 punch to a kick in the face that led me that warded me off of spending much of any time with Blizzard products from then on. So what happened is they announced Diablo Immortal, and then, which wouldn't have necessarily been a problem, but they were incredibly they did not get good PR from that, let's put it mildly. The "do you guys not have phones" soundbite came from them saying, "Hey, but wait, you guys have phones, right? You shouldn't be mad at me by the fact that, you shouldn't be mad by the fact that you have to play this Diablo game on your phone instead of, on your $250 phone instead of your $1,500 gaming PC, using my own hardware as a benchmark for that." And so, clearly that's not a problem, right? And then there was the Blitzchung incident, where despite the fact that Blizzard is more than happy to engage in activism within the US that it believes will be broadly accepted there, it is more than happy to say, hang on, you said that you support Hong Kong. No, you're getting out of here. That'll actually hurt our brand in China, so no, get out of here. Oh, wait, you guys are mad at us? Okay, fine, you can have your prize money from winning this tournament, but no, okay, you're not going to deal with you anymore. So that happened. So a bit of, to put it in a way that will be more neutrally framed, it was a matter of them being very eager to engage in political nonsense, or at least cultural and social activism within the Western market, but the moment it might actually affect their bottom line, they caved. And then follow that up by them saying, hey, here's the Storm, you know that game that what was for me at the time one of the only games I was playing from Blizzard by that point. They decided, hey, you know that esports scene that we were trying to support and get working, even though that Here's the Storm really isn't built for it? We're just gonna kick everybody to the curb without any warning, to where people had written contracts and planned to spend the next year of their lives with this, who are now up shit creek without a paddle. So, I don't blame them for going that route, or at least saying, well, to eventually downsizing, or if not outright removing the esports scene, or at least official support for it. But the way they handled it, leaving so many people in the lurch, just, no, you are Activision Blizzard now, you are not Blizzard. I'm done. To where when this PC I'm currently using was built, Battle.net was not installed. I think I still have the installer somewhere in my PC, but, well, on my hard drive, but nah, I've not been given ample reason, or much of a solid reason, to really go back. So because of that, I've been very meh about Blizzard, especially since their current history has left me still a resounding meh. I think the only money I've thrown at them since then was $10 for the original Diablo on GOG, and that was it. So, yeah, I think Regal was right to be surprised by this, but the reason why I'm looking at this video, how Overwatch conveys character in first person, is because this is something that is not only useful, well, not something that would just apply to Overwatch, but could also be useful in discussing pretty much any game that uses first person view. I mean, just last week, we finished playing through a game called Shadow Warrior, or at least Flying Wild Hog's remake of it, so even if it isn't necessarily a one-to-one on the kind of character that is being expressed, there is still plenty that can be seen to, and there is still a lot of overlap with respect to that. So, my thinking is, even if I personally may not be as interested in Overwatch right now, there might be some interesting lessons that can be gleaned from this more broadly. So, by New Frame Plus, how Overwatch conveys character in first person. Let's take a look.
Hello everybody, my name is Dan, I'm an animator, and this is New Frame Plus, a series about video game animation. I have a question.
Is a man not entitled to the sweats of his brow? Sorry, I had to make that joke.
Communicate character and personality from a first-person view? Conveying character through performance is one of the animator's most important jobs. Animating proper physicality, applying the 12 principles, reinforcing gameplay, those things are all important and can be quite difficult to achieve, but
I don't know if you necessarily needed to say 12 principles, since I don't know what you're referring to on that, since that I'm not in the animation business and therefore don't have much insight into that. So it might be better to specify for this, say 12 principles of X, or maybe mention one of those principles just to give an example for a normie who has never seen your channel, because this is something you have to think about when you're making a YouTube video, and something I got roasted for in my Shining Force 2 review, that, hey, you should assume that any video that's being watched is the first video that's being watched by someone, because most likely it is. So, something to think about for next time.
they are ultimately
At the same time, though, this video was released 6 years ago, which is why they're using original Overwatch and not Overwatch 2.
fundamentals. On top of all of that, the character animator's job is to create appealing character performances, to visually reinforce who these characters are through movement. But how do you do that from a first-person view when you've got nothing but hands and a gun?
Back in the fight.
A lot of games don't. Most shooters' first-person animation is strictly functional, intended to clearly convey what your character is doing, but not exactly telling us anything about them.
I guess to give an example of something that breaks the mold, we can actually go back to the Shadow Warrior streams we were doing the past few weeks, because if you hit the reload button when your ammo is full or when you're using the sword, he'll just do a small animation just trying to be the cool guy who checks his ammo and does stuff like that. So that's something that can tell us a little bit about the character we're playing as.
Alright, I'm shooting. Now I'm running. Now I'm reloading, and so on. Which is not to say that these animations don't tell us some things about the character. In most any military shooter, the functional gun handling animations reinforce the capability of our player character, their familiarity with their weapon, and their abilities as a soldier. Mirror's Edge uses Faith's arms and legs to help the player understand what Faith is doing as she navigates the world, which helps to show the physicality of the movements, and makes the player feel even more cool as they run and jump around.
Actually, yeah, that would be something important for Mirror's Edge. I've been thinking of checking out the game at some point, though I haven't had much occasion to check it out. And also published by EA if memory serves, so there's the hesitation there.
But it doesn't necessarily tell us much about Faith herself, other than the fact that she's a very skilled freerunner. But there are games out there that manage to communicate a lot of character from a first-person view, and one of those games is Blizzard's Overwatch.
To be fair, it also helps that there is a strong amount of character diversity, not just with where people are from and their personal background, their occupation before joining Overwatch and all that fun stuff, but also the fact that, hey, we're outfitted with very different weapons with very different focus. So I imagine for something like Overwatch, it would be very easy to communicate that. So I'll be very curious to see what kind of examples he brings up.
In terms of game animation, Overwatch is a masterclass in character appeal. This game is all about its characters. Every single member of this cast is unique and just loaded with personality, more than in almost any game I have ever seen.
Obligatory TF2 mention, though to be fair, it's going for a very different tone, so not exactly normie-friendly.
And almost all of that in-game personality is conveyed through animation. There's very little dialogue or plot in the game itself, so animation and character design do the bulk of the heavy lifting in defining who these people are. The way they carry themselves, their victory poses, their emotes, their play of the game glamour shots. It all paints a picture of who these people are. But this game is a first-person shooter, which means that you're going to spend the vast majority of the time seeing nothing but their hands and a weapon. So how have Blizzard's animators managed to continue expressing personality using only these elements?
Well, as mentioned earlier, my first guess would be their weapons themselves, given their different backgrounds, but let's see what he's got to say.
Ultimately, the answer is that they gave every single character their own completely unique set of first-person animations, and built in lots of contrast between how each character goes about things. But let's get into specifics. First, and this is more of a character design point, but I think it's worth bringing up, no matter who you're playing, the animators have made sure that the character's hands and or weapon are almost always on screen. This,
as opposed to, well, I guess to be fair, there are some characters who realistically, I mean, with Hanzo here, you could have had his bow off to the side instead of had just a blank screen, so that's fair.
not only allows each weapon's unique design to show you who you're playing at a glance, but also showcases each weapon's unique animation, which also just happens to reflect the personality of the weapon's owner. Soldier 76's assault rifle is a finely tuned precision machine. Everything on this weapon moves quickly and sharply, snapping perfectly into place, like a salute. There is not a loose or flimsy part to be found on this weapon. Like its owner, this weapon has a few signs of wear, but it is a well-maintained instrument. Contrast that with Junkrat's launcher, which he clearly built himself from scrap and spare parts. This weapon is rickety and crude, held together by duct tape and a wish, which you can easily see by the way so many of the pieces vibrate and loosely shake. Like none of these pieces were designed to fit together, but it gets the job done.
So he actually is giving a fair amount of focus on the weapons then. Cool.
Reflects Junkrat's slightly unhinged, twitchy enthusiasm. Lucio's sonic amplifier pulses rhythmically like a pounding subwoofer. Bastion's machine gun constantly shudders just a little bit, like an older, cruder generation of machine. And a few of its moving parts, like the hinge on this sight, seem to have gotten just a little looser with age. Just having each weapon visible on screen reinforces personality in so many tiny, subtle little ways. Same goes for each character's idol. Even when the player is just standing there, not doing anything, each character's idle animations and tiny little fidgets are unique and informed by their personality. Junkrat is twitchy and antsy, eager to cause some mayhem. Genji is very contained and controlled, prepared to strike when just the right moment comes. Symmetra's hand movement is delicate and flowing like a dancer, especially the fingers on her free hand to the left. McCree's grip and pistol aim
I
are
don't have much to say on this. All on point.
bobs and drifts on screen much more. Diva constantly adjusts her grip on her controls, and you can see lots of sharp, tiny nudges of the sticks as she sits there, little twitches like her arms are tensed with focus. She is prepared to react in an instant. And Zenyatta just gently hovers, his clasped hands drifting up and down. And the best part is, unlike almost all of the other characters, he doesn't even have a fidget.
I mean, technically he's an Omnix, so it wouldn't necessarily be built into it, well, into the design, but that's me being pedantic more so than anything else.
Is meditative and completely serene. Characters even breathe differently. Watch the soft rising and lowering of the weapons. Junkrat's breaths are quick and excited. The end of his launcher rises and falls pretty rapidly. Roadhog's breathing is totally relaxed because he doesn't care. Hanzo's breathing is controlled. There is very little drift on that bow. And with Diva, you see almost no drift at all, which makes sense because her mech controls are locked in place. Her breathing wouldn't affect them. But outside the cockpit, the mech...
It might affect... Oh, wait, it's going right into that. Okay, never mind. Carry on.
Guns do sway gently, as if the machine itself has a little bit of life to it. You can read a lot.
Okay, I was gonna go more for the hands more so than anything else, but never mind me.
Into this kind of subtlety that may or may not have been intended to convey specific things, but the point remains. They are all different, and they all feel pretty appropriate. But okay, enough about stillness. Let's move around, because every Overwatch character has their own distinct walk, with their own distinct rhythm and quality of movement. Even though you can't see their feet, you can feel how they run by watching the movement of their gun and hands, which is reinforced by some very subtle camera movement. Reinhardt stomps around in his heavy armor like a Jaeger. There's large vertical movement punctuating each stride, and the wide horizontal sway on his hammer sells the shoulder rotation and the twist up his torso as he walks.
It's actually something I've noticed because with a lot of Unity games, or at least the older Unity games, you could definitely tell when they were using the more generic stuff. With their first person, when it was a first-person game, because they would all have a very similar way that characters would move and the camera would shift. And to some extent, it's something that you have to be mindful of because you don't want the camera shifting too much lest you invoke motion sickness. But at the same time, you also have to give some degree of character to everybody. So yeah, good call out.
Genji, on the other hand, runs with rapid, quiet steps, light on his feet like a ninja. There's very little vertical punctuation to his run. He almost coasts along. Zenyatta literally coasts, so you feel no footsteps at all, although you do see a slight increased bobbing in his hands. Just a hint of increased effort for motion. Not to mention a dash of contrast, just to make moving feel different from stillness.
Good call.
Lucio skates around the field rather than running, and you can feel that difference when controlling him. His free arm swings back and forth like a skater, and his gun hand very subtly pulls back and forth in rhythm with it. The punctuated movement on him is much more horizontal than vertical, because, skates. Diva's hands don't show a whole lot of vertical step movement either, just a quick sharp bob, but we do see a much larger degree of movement on the guns outside, suggesting that the cockpit keeps pretty steady even when the mech is stomping around. Junkrat even runs with a slight gallop on his peg leg. See, watch his hands and his gun. Ta-tunk, 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 ta-tunk. With just a few subtle variations in arm animation and camera bob, you can infer quite different styles of walking and mobility on each character. Some characters even have completely unique navigation options, completely custom animation work to accommodate those characters' individual ways of getting around.
Yep. And this is a good reason for why we're looking at this video, even if I don't spend a whole lot of time with Overwatch, because this sort of detail is how you really sell someone, or how you sell a character, and how you sell someone on getting heavily invested. Because as much as I joke about how Overwatch likely won't have the same longevity as TF2, granted, it does the advantage of, Overwatch ended up attracting a much larger crowd overall, and of people who would never normally be caught dead playing a shooter. I remember one case where someone I know in high school who generally played games like Animal Crossing still went to Overwatch because, hey, really like the characters. So conveying stuff like this would be absolutely essential to bring people like that on board. So absolutely worth considering.
Lucio can skate on walls, so they've built a system just for him that has him holding out his free hand to brush against the surface he's riding on. Winston, being a gorilla, uses his free front left hand to run, so that front arm plays into his run cycle. Hanzo and Genji can climb walls. Soldier 76 has that classic Call of Duty sprint. Diva can rocket her mech forward. Widowmaker can grapple hook places. And a lot of these are strictly functional in terms of animation, but they serve to create further contrast between these characters, to make them each feel all the more different to inhabit as a player.
Yep.
And it kind of helps you as a player get into that semi-role-playing mindset, where you're just in tune with who that character is, where you feel like them when stepping into their shoes. Like, yeah, I'm Lucio, I'm riding on walls.
Good at it to include a bit of Lucio's background music while you're doing that.
Hang on, let me just ninja up this here wall. No big deal. Can't catch me, can't catch me, can't catch me. Whoops, I'm over here now.
Later, idiots.
Okay.
And oh man, let's talk about reloads. Those are a great opportunity for a flare of personality. Soldier 76's reload is quick, trained, and efficient. McCree does a combination of classic cowboy revolver moves, a spin to empty the cylinder, and then a quick flick of the wrist to snap it back into place. Reaper literally throws his guns away and pulls out new ones because he saw it in the Matrix and thinks it makes him look cool. Tracer does a quick, stylish spin. Bastion's gun actually opens up to reload internally, and look at how all of these parts feel sort of loose and wobbly, like he's an old printer. Junkrat just slaps the old mag out of its slot, jams a new one in, and yanks the bolt. He's really not careful with that weapon.
Is he careful
May,
with anything?
on the other hand, daintily twists this little knob. All set. Roadhog just crams a bunch of loose bolts and springs and crap into his gun because, again, he do not care. Zenyatta doesn't really reload so much as recenter himself. And I can't even tell for sure what Torb is doing, but it looks neat. Or what about their hello emotes? McCree does this casual salute / finger gun.
Hey.
Reaper gives him the old claw.
Hey.
Farah formally salutes.
Greetings.
Just like her mom does.
Hello.
Sombra does this, which is just so perfect.
Hola.
And
Of course.
Bastion does a little robotic hand wave, or if he's in turret form, he waves with his little repair arm instead.
This video makes me appreciate some games a lot. Oh yeah, the attention to detail you can get on stuff like this. Because this is how you know that someone's paying very close attention to their characters and paying very close attention to how their game is designed. Little things like this, even if you aren't necessarily conscious of them, can make a major difference. So another reason for, well, again, it's the reason why we're looking at this. Very well worth checking out. New Frame Plus is the channel. Go subscribe to him.
Saying hello is one of the only emotes done from the first person in the game, and the animators do not miss this great opportunity for some easy personality.
Greetings.
Ah, man, I could go on talking about all the awesome little touches in this game's first-person animation forever.
Do it.
The beautiful snap to Zenyatta's attacks, which strike this perfect balance between conveying mechanical power and organic looseness.
Oh yeah, Zenyatta was probably my favorite character to play as. I wasn't very good with him because the precision required to be really effective with his attacks wasn't something I was great at, but I like the idea of being a pseudo-support where I'm helping my team a little bit by healing a bit, and then just focus on debuffing and occasionally just peppering them from afar. I really liked playing as Zenyatta, probably my favorite character to play as.
The way that every one of Symmetra's graceful hand movements is informed by a combination of finger tutting and traditional Indian dances. Ooh, or the overlap and the follow-through that happens on their weapons when you swing the camera around.
Oh yeah,
Have you
that's
noticed
awesome.
this? Look at how the gun drags slightly behind as the camera turns, and then overshoots as the camera stops and then settles back into position. It's a neat little touch, right? Well, these are different for every character too. Sombra's holding her top-heavy submachine gun one-handed, so there's a bit more wobble as she tries to keep it steady. McCree's revolver is lighter and he's a sharp marksman, so he actually leads the turn a little bit with the barrel of his gun, so his aim will get to where he's turning before his body does. Hanzo's bow drags behind, making it feel like he turns his body first and then the bow follows after.
Oh, neat.
And Winston's weapon rotates, but the rotation axis happens closer to the top of the weapon because that's where he holds it. But perhaps the most important thing to note here in all of this is that none of this emphasizing of character comes at the cost of gameplay function. Each character may feel unique, but they all handle well, and they all feel great to control. None of the personality touches are overly distracting or prioritized over the immediacy of Overwatch's fast-paced gameplay. Like, just as a really extreme example, take McCree's combat role.
Yeah, if this were done properly and if they actually had you follow his head with the spin, that would have been disorienting as hell. That would have been absolutely disorienting if they had actually had you do the somersault with McCree. And yes, I am aware that McCree was renamed. I refuse. No. You're not allowed to revise your game's history just because it's inconvenient for you, you cowards. His name is McCree.
Now, this ability technically involves a quick forward roll, and the animators could absolutely have had the camera do a full 360-degree rotation to mimic the motion of rolling forward in first person. But, thank goodness, they ultimately decided to have the camera do this little dip instead, to suggest the feeling of rolling forward without completely disorienting the player.
Exactly.
And I don't want to make it sound like Blizzard is the only studio out there doing this. Other first-person games have succeeded here too. Team Fortress 2's animations don't
there we are.
express nearly as much character, but it did do a lot of the same things. Each character does have their own first-person animation set, and some of them do get some fun little flourishes. Games like Titanfall 2 have mostly functional gameplay animations, but they use the hands and the arms in first person during story moments to give a better sense of physicality to your camera view, and to give your player character some acting moments at key points.
Yep. I need to play that game properly sometime.
Firewatch is a game practically built entirely around first-person interactions like these.
This shale slide is steep. How do you expect me to get down this?
I don't remember it being that bad.
And then there are games like Doom, which not only use the gameplay animations to reinforce the tone of the game and the impatient brutality of Doom Guy, but they also include some bonus moments of first-person animated comedy.
Yeah.
I guess the point I'm ultimately trying to make here is that first-person animations can still be a rich opportunity for performance.
Oh yes, because Doom 2016 was awesome in that respect, because there is a story technically happening, but they also recognized that back when every first-person shooter was considered a Doom clone, you weren't there for the story, you were there to kill monsters. And so Doom 2016 leaned into that by saying, yeah, there is a story going on, but Doom Guy just don't care, he killing demons. It was great.
As animators, just like with every other animation we make for a game character, we have to always be mindful of who that character is as we work. Now, most of us may not have Blizzard's budget or production flexibility, but this sort of characterization is absolutely achievable without those luxuries. I mean, you're going to be animating all of these moves anyway. Why not give them an extra few minutes of thought? So whenever you're tasked with animating a character, whether that animation is meant to be seen close up, or far away, or even from a first-person perspective, look for every opportunity to let character inform that performance. It only takes a little bit more time and thought to do, and it can have a huge impact. Prioritizing gameplay doesn't have to come at the expense of character. Thank you all for watching, and special thanks to Matt Boehm, who gave a great talk about Overwatch's first-person animation stuff at GDC. It's available for free in the GDC Vault, or you can go check it out on their YouTube channel.
And if you happen to be in the mood for more Overwatch animation talk from me, I did make another episode earlier about tracer and pose design, which you can check out here. And consider subscribing if you haven't yet, because I have got more New Frame Plus episodes in the works, but they're kinda big, so just hang in there. I promise I'll try to not keep you waiting too long.
Yeah, just a bit, because I think one of the videos that was recommended was this over here, which is an hour and 45 minutes. Yeah, that's a bit untenable for doing that sort of thing live. That's not happening. I'm sorry, boys. Not live. I'm not even sure I'd want to do it. Well, I'm not sure I'd even want to try and do it offline. I'm not EFAP. I am not EFAP at all. I don't have that sort of patience. Well, more so because I just don't have the time to spend literally all day with it, to be fair. I do have a day job and other responsibilities. Still, good video, good stuff. Let's see, it looks like chat's been busy while I was up to this, so let's see. Is the final video The Man's Guide to the Back Burner? Yes, it is. Let's see. Remember goats? I'm not sure I know what you're talking about, Gilgamesh. Alright, so it looks like that's... Again, chat wasn't as busy as I thought. Fair enough. Back where I want it. Alrighty, so... We're going through these faster than I expected, but then again, the Xenogears intro was shorter than I expected given the runtime, and this one, don't necessarily need to say too much. Go subscribe to New Frame Plus, they make good stuff. So, I guess then, I'm not sure why this was recommended by Gilgamesh. Funny that we were just talking about Overwatch, recommended by Regal, but I don't know if this is more, well, to be fair, I've spent a lot of time with TF2, so... or did at one point. Might be worth pulling up my Steam account to see how many hours I have on it. It doesn't compare to the time I've spent with League of Legends, perhaps, but still, substantial. Also, I'm very happy to see that everything seems to be cooperating video-wise. I'm wondering if it was just Windows being funky. Because it's actually kind of funny, because with how long I've had this computer, there's bound to be all sorts of eccentricities even after doing a full system wipe and restarting from scratch, because... An issue I'm having with Windows right now is that if there seems to be something going on with how it's handling files or active processes to where, or processes, however you want to pronounce it, where at certain points I'm just utterly incapable of opening up either my audio or video editing software for whatever reason. And whenever that sort of thing happens, if I tell... Well, sometimes if I tell my computer to shut down through software, it just won't do it. And if I hit the power button, it'll hang on the shutdown on the shutdown screen. So I've literally had to just hold down the power button a few times just to get the damn thing to shut off. So honestly, I will be eventually moving over to Linux full time. What I'm thinking of doing is thinking of ripping out most of the parts that I really care about from this machine and putting them in a new tower. Use it as an excuse to upgrade my system drive and motherboard. And then I'll just convert this one into a Windows 11 machine downstairs that I can use for recording stuff. But otherwise, I'm going to be glad when Windows is not my primary operating system, even if it might mean I'll have slight inconveniences with such as a small thing I have to worry about with OBS. What else is chat been up to while I've been at this? So there are multiple Man's Guides. This video came out the same day as the Man's Guide to the Huntsman. Yep, I mean, we can see that there are plenty of things here as well. So I think I've seen this channel once before. So I guess we'll see what he has to say for himself. This guy also made the TF2 stereotypes video. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that one. It's been a while since I've looked at content specifically focused on TF2. Because I remember when Gmod videos were big. My God, that's old-timey YouTube. Say what you will about Skibbity Toilets. My generation really wasn't any better when you look at stuff like the Gmod Idiot box. We just had different kinds of cringe. Will you ever do the hot chip challenge? I have no idea what that is, Lou, so I'm going to say no. So, A Man's Guide to the Back Burner. Let's see what it has to say for itself. Alright, we'll see how good your sponsor section is. Ooh, actual SFM stuff. Nice. Nice contrast between the sniper, who's more generically animated, and the silliness of the medic and soldier clearly being controlled by a player. This is where he gets interrupted by someone, right? Come on, put someone in. Yep.
Clever girl.
Alright, good opener. Good opener.
If I had to describe the back burner in just one word, I would
Let's see, what kind of closed captions exist? Okay, it looks like it's going to be... Yeah, it looks like it's going to be auto-generated, but so be it. We'll keep it on anyway. It can be amusing to watch the auto-generated stuff sometimes, so there we are.
Would choose unexpected. If you saw the teaser or have been following production updates on this video, you probably thought that I was doing Man's Guide to the Huntsman. But while you were focused on something else, that's where the back burner shines the most. On its face, it seems like a pretty normal side grade. You get guaranteed crits if you burn someone's back at the cost of an air blast that uses 50 ammo instead of 20. And yes,
yep, this was my brother and mine's favorite flamethrower if we were ever playing Pyro, and my brother did enjoy Pyro quite a bit. I usually got sidelined on medic because I could actually manage my position alright, and didn't mind taking a support role. I was the support in League of Legends.
yes, I do see that other stat, but every other flamethrower that can air blast does that, so it's not important. Now, most people upon seeing this would just be like, alright, that's it. But here's the thing. These extremely simple stats transform the back burner from a basic stock weapon to a tool of utter chaos.
Now even including the music from Meet the Pyro. Excellent. Good production value.
Let's go over that top
okay, that was a good bit. Good bit.
Stat first, because it basically defines the entire weapon. It accomplishes quite a few things, but above all else, it encourages you to make like a From Software dev and ambush some poor schmuck who's just trying to play the goddamn game. It just makes sense. If
Good
you
at
crit
it.
from
Good
behind,
at it. Good at
you
it.
want to start fighting from behind. Running around the flank, hiding in a corner, anything is on the table as long as you're unexpected. Okay.
Yeah, so you get to play a discount, well, I'd say discount spy, but it's more fun to play Pyro anyway.
So here's a good example. There's like 3 or 4 people on the cart right now. My teammates are distracting them so I can get behind them without being seen.
The heck? Hang on, what was that? Oh, right. Never mind. Sorry. Howard started doing weird things. Looks like everything's fine on the stream's end. Yep, no drop frames. Alright, we're good.
And this is honestly just like the basic back burner gameplay. You burn their backs. That's it. I did too much damage for the heavy to do anything about it. And I get the soldier and the medic does a funny ragdoll, and there you go. I saved the game. Another really basic example, there's a bunch of people on the cart here, so I'm just gonna walk up behind them while they're focused on something else. Kill 1 person, kill 2 people, kill 3 people. I flanked him so hard he left the game. That's cool. In this clip, I get Ubered by our medic for some reason, so I'm going to hold down the mouse 1 button to just kind of clean up a bunch of people and then establish myself as a presence on the front lines. And then once they're expecting me to be up there, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around the flank. Hey, you got something on your back there. You want to...
Well, at least he's willing to show the parts where it doesn't necessarily work out all right. So, you know what? Fair enough.
Turn around. I can get it for you.
Fine. Roll a deception check with
Okay, good at it.
disadvantage.
Okay, so you're not going to believe this. This is actually something...
Oh my god. Okay, that was good. Okay, that was amazing. Okay. I've never seen 2 nat 20s. I have had 2 nat 1s rolled against me. It was actually really funny because I was playing a rogue trying to sneak around. I don't think I'm allowed to share the footage of it because I record our D&D sessions for my group. So I know I'm not allowed to share the footage. I know I have permission from don't have permission from one person, but it was a case where I was trying to sneak around as the rogue. I rolled stealth with advantage, rolled 2 nat 1s, where, okay, you had advantage, it takes the highest roll, right? It'll be fine. 2 nat 1s. Guaranteed failure, and hilarity ensues. Good at it. Good at it. That's the point of this tangent. Good at it.
Something I've noticed a lot while using the back burner. People tend to panic when a pyro ambushes them, so oftentimes they'll turn around to run away, not realizing you're using the back burner, and just get themselves crit. It seems...
You know what? That actually is a fair response, too, because I think there is that visceral response to flames specifically of, oh crap, I need to get away and I need to extinguish these flames. So, given mechanically it works fairly similar to actual flames, yeah, completely understandable response.
Seems a little silly from our perspective, but let's look at the situation from theirs. So a pyro charges you, and what weapon is he using? You see the problem, right? First of all, there's only one visual difference between the back burner and stock, this dragon ornament right here. But not only that, when a pyro presses the W and mouse 1 buttons at the same time, which funnily enough I've heard they tend to do a lot, it
yeah, just a bit.
Unlocks TF2's fucking hidden light theme. I genuinely can't see anything right now, and in a situation like this, the only tell would be the sound that the flamethrowers make. But unless
Okay, really good editing. Really good editing. I am jealous of your editing skills.
Unless you're experienced enough to know the difference, you wouldn't know this and would just get crit seemingly out of nowhere. So at the end of the day, can you really blame someone for making this kind of mistake?
A little bit.
I mean, maybe, but I'm totally going to abuse it anyway. All right, so these clips I've been showing you in the patented Soundsmith narrates gameplay clips to show off the mechanic he's talking about section are all fine and dandy, but I'm usually starting in the middle of the clip, already in position. And what I failed to show you so far is, well, how I got there to begin with. See, Pyro's a fun class with a lot of problems. Notably, he's not really all that fast. I mean,
yes, that is the problem you run into. You really do have to know your way around the maps and know how to get behind people, and that is the main problem that he's probably going to have to spend the rest of the other 20 minutes, because we're only 4 minutes into a 24-minute video, so maybe give him a couple minutes for the sponsor section. He's got a lot of ground to cover just with finding all the little nooks and crannies to get movement down. Honestly, you could probably make a whole video out of the man's guide to figuring your way around the damn place.
I mean, to be fair, he's got average speed, same as all these guys, but when you're hanging out on the flank, you're much more likely to run into this guy. Or this guy. Or maybe sometimes this guy. And seeing as nearly every
Good at it.
flamethrower's range is shorter than the average lifespan of a live service game, that's definitely going to be the TF2.
Oh man. Look at it all. Look at it all. Oh man, I had forgotten about Loadout's existence. I think I played that a little bit too. Although, wasn't Battleborn more trying to compete with Overwatch directly? Oh well. Oh yeah, Lawbreakers. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I have heard of literally all of these games. Oh my god. These date back decades at this point. Oh my gosh. And yet TF2 is still around. It's still a classic. Yeah, pretty much.
Killer this time. We need to cover that weakness with our secondary weapon. And
maybe this next time we'll find a WoW killer, right?
Sure, we could technically do that by adding some range to our kit and selling our soul, but unfortunately, I'm a ginger. And as we all...
Okay. I like this guy.
I'll know from that one TV show that single-handedly filled my childhood with relentless bullying.
I'm sorry.
I'm a little bit lacking in that department. So instead, I guess we'll just have to go with the other option and add some...
You're gonna turn him into a discount soldier? Alright, I'm game.
Mobility secondaries are what really make the backburner shine. I mean, why worry about a lack of speed or range if you can just... like... And yes, I could show you another 2 hours of tutorials on how to use mobility items, but I think the more important thing is talking about when to use them. As much as it pains me, we are not talking about that flashy, in-your-face movement that tends to show up in every other video.
Fair enough. And that is another neat little thing that people use for comparisons to Overwatch, where far up, you hit a button if you want to jump up. Soldier, you have to engage in rocket jumping, which has a higher skill floor, but also a higher skill ceiling. So potentially the reason why TF2 has stuck around for so long, because even as the normie crowd is getting sick of Blizzard's bullshit, well, the people who are really dedicated and willing to put in the time and really geek good have been sticking around and keeping the game running for decades now.
Movement has purpose, and that's getting from point A to point B. And it doesn't just have to be purposeful either, it also has to be unexpected. Let's look at the first item a new player might use when trying to add mobility to the pyro.
Rocket jump?
Pyros who get their hands on the thermal thruster for the first time will take...
I don't recognize this one actually. How new is it?
One look at what it can do and just go like...
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's...
This is a move that I affectionately call the brain blast. See, the joke is that their brain gets blasted. There's really no getting around it.
Good edit. There's a lot of good edits in here. My gosh, take lessons, chat.
If you're as predictable as yesterday's weather, it's just not gonna go well for you. This is a high-risk bombing item, so while you can definitely get away with some jetpack shenanigans, it really sort of depends on the enemy team being unaware.
Sounds about right.
What the fuck? In this clip,
yeah,
I'm
agreed. What the
Kejo
hell?
is running away from what looks like the enemy combo, so I blast out here onto the bridge, and at that exact moment, they jump onto the point, and I'm able to just walk up behind them and kill them all. In this clip, I'm up in the center, and then I see this pyro who's definitely going to walk at me, but then I hear him do a voice line, so I match his voice line, and back up and then wait for him to do another one. And then I hear him do it on the left side, so then I go around the right side right here, pull out the back burner, burn his back, and then he leaves the game. I know none of the clips I narrated were particularly flashy, and yeah, it is undeniably fun as hell to blast yourself straight into the enemy team and go crazy. But if you want to take full advantage of the back burner's crit mechanic, you've got to be sneaky with it. And that's sort of difficult to do when your secondary announces its presence to the entire map whenever you do anything with it.
Uh-oh, they just all saw you. Are you about to die? Come on, show you getting exploded by the demo.
Need something.
Oh, come on, show me the explosion from the demo man. What, did it take too long for it to be a snappy edit? That's probably exactly what happened, to be fair.
Different. Something smaller, faster.
That particular item came out in 2017. No wonder why I don't recognize it. I'm not as familiar with... Well, when did I play? When did I spend most of my time? I wonder if SteamDB would tell you, or maybe Steam itself would tell you when you put in the however many hours. Might be worth investigating. Probably not a feature that Steam desperately... Well, it's definitely not a feature that Steam desperately needs, but still...
A bit quieter, with more ammo, and, you know, maybe something that can actually do some damage. I know that's a lot to ask for, though, so I understand if there's not really anything like that in the... Oh. Yeah, that'll do it.
You can use that for jumping? How did I not know that? How did I not know that you could effectively rocket jump with that?
It is actually unbelievable how good the detonator is when paired with the backburner. First of all, it's a secondary that can actually deal damage, so it's good to pester people or finish them off from a distance.
I mean, that's how I always use it, but you can...
Jump. Yeah, when you equip the detonator, every map opens up into a whole new playground. In this clip, we're pushing Barn Blitz last, and I see this demo on the flank who...
Hang on a minute, hang on. What's the stats on this thing? What? How? How long has that been a thing? Let me just set this up to where chat can better see it, since that I'm compressed onto a 1080... Well, since that I'm cropping my nonsense. No direct reference to it. Ah, interesting. So if you fire it at close range, it can work the same way as a rocket? Oh my, it won't be as effective as a rocket, but damn. The same... How have I never known about this? This has been in the game for a while. I kind of want to try this out after we're done here. I don't have TF2 installed, though.
Has been sticky spamming, but is currently shooting pills at us. That tells me he's got a sticky trap somewhere, so I go up on this side area here, pull out the detonator, jump through the window, and completely bypass his sticky trap and kill him pretty much instantly. And yeah, he definitely wasn't expecting that one. And yeah, it's worth noting that the thermal thruster can technically do this too, but the detonator has one thing that the jetpack just doesn't. Well, one more thing. Burst mobility. With the jetpack, if you need to go somewhere, you gotta go through this lengthy animation where the pyro puts away his flamethrower, go gadget, swaps to her secondary, and then finally, you can wait for another second as the blast off animation plays, and even then, you're moving in a mostly fixed trajectory after that, for the first half of your jump at least. For comparison, let's look at the detonator. I swap weapons, look behind me, and boom. We're schmoving. In this clip, blue team is about to cap the point, and I gotta get in there quickly. If I go through that door, I die, so I pull out the detonator, jump up here quickly, and now I'm in a perfect position to wait a second, and then drop down and burn everybody's back when they're not expecting it.
There you
Here's
go.
A fun one. At some point while I was playing Borneo, I noticed that you can actually stand on this ledge right here. So we're just gonna wait up here and see who we can get. A few seconds later, this demo man walks through the door thinking he's being sneaky on the flank, doesn't see me at all, and I'm able to drop down, save our medic's life. That's right, when you're using...
Yep, he was a bad demo man.
Using the detonator, you can flank quickly,
because
you
now
can do
he's
cool
stuck
jumps, but
sitting
you
here
can
discussing
also
it
get
because
into
he's
some
dead.
funny places that you shouldn't be. In this clip, the sniper doesn't even look up to see me at all because, I mean, like, why would you? And that ends up
Exactly.
working perfectly with the backburner's ambush-based playstyle. Except for the fact that it didn't crit, but it's fine, ignore that. If you're that
I mean, you don't really need to care about the crit because it's a sniper. They don't exactly have a lot of health on them.
sniper, like, why would you ever look there? Seriously, look at this bullshit. How do you think I got here?
Yeah, that would take a lot of work.
Honestly, I could just talk about the detonator
Good
all
edit.
day. I know that I talk about movement mechanics a lot, but, like, I can't believe they put something like this in the game. It's... What?
You're getting off track again. You can't actually spend another 2 hours on mobility tutorials. We only have the studio for another day. We gotta get this script done.
Yeah, okay, fine. Actually, wait, now that I think about it, why are we back in the studio? Aren't we, like, running from some evil mega corporation that's trying to kill us?
No, this is a procedural show.
Everything goes back to normal at the beginning of the next episode. Except that spy. They're still here.
I'm guessing that this is related to some story across all of them. Yeah, probably.
We're gonna have to pay for that, right?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, we have enough to cover it, right? What about that money we got from the Crystally sponsorship?
What part of procedural do you not understand, man? We're broke.
Okay, well, I guess we need an actual sponsor.
Alright, good sponsor transition, actually. Well played. Let's see how good the sponsor is.
Hello? Hey, Lazy, it's Ethan. Listen, can I ask a favor?
Sure, what's up?
Can you recommend a sponsor for this Man's Guide we're recording? We need some money to cover some production costs.
Oh, you need money, huh? Maybe you want to save some money while you're at it, huh? Well, if you consider...
Uh-oh. Do it. Come on.
Was that the coupon code that gives you 10% off any unusual?
Okay, fine.
That's right, Markiplier.tf is back. Yeah, this episode of Man's Guide is sponsored by Marketplace.tf, a storefront for all things TF.
I feel like I'm saying good at it too often.
TF2. And Dota 2 and Steam items, actually, but that's not important. TF2, hey, look, TF2. Marketplace.tf is the only TF2 storefront with no fees for the buyer. Most other sites will show low prices, but will add a ton of hidden fees at checkout, and they'll take forever to deliver the items, and they'll never go on sale. It's basically just like a heist, but for your wallet specifically. Well, no more. Marketplace never passes fees onto you, delivers your items quickly and safely, accepts PayPal, and has sales and promos and shit like that all the time. They even give out coupons that just straight up give you free stuff. Okay, so I know that was a lot of words though, so let me just rework this real quick. Okay, no fees, free stuff. And also, yeah, it's cheaper than the Steam Community Market. Seriously, go...
I mean, that's not a high bar given the Steam Community Market, but never mind that.
Check their coupons. As soon as this video is live, Marketplace is launching a new code, Purple Smithmas, that gives you 10% off any unusual. Yeah, I wasn't...
Oh, that's why you did the whole gimmick with Bite of 87 crap.
I'm just goofing earlier. That's real. 10% off unusual taunts, skins, war paints, unusual fires, hats, miscs, literally any unusual. 10% off. Just like that. And I should say, I don't want this to come off like empty shilling either. I can tell you from personal experience that Marketplace is cheap, fast, reliable, and most of all, safe. I've been using the site for years, and I've never had any issues with getting my items. You know, other than the item servers going down, but that's not their fault. You know how it goes. Death, taxes, TF2 item servers not working. If you're
I don't know enough about that to comment, as I don't pay that close attention to it, but there you are.
Forever in the market for TF2 items of any kind, look no further than Marketplace.tf. You can use the link in the description or the pinned comment and go check it out. I mean...
I'd be curious to know why that site's allowed to operate, given that Steam... Well, given that there was that whole controversy around CSGO Lotto, although, to be fair, that was a very different beast because there was literal gambling involved in it, but never mind that.
Like, after you finish the video, though. Okay. Yep. 5 seconds? Yeah, that works for me. Okay, see you then.
Are they coming?
They just did.
Perfect. Back to the guide. Where were we again?
I just honestly don't remember.
Let me just narrate this clip. Maybe it'll come to me. So this clip's Thunder Mountain. I'm shooting the detonator at a soldier. Oh, right. Okay, so the back burner isn't, strictly speaking, perfect. The main... Well, only downside to the back burner is that your air blast costs 150% more. In practical terms, this means you only get about as many air blasts as the number of years it took the Confederacy to get completely steamrolled.
Oh, that's a... Okay, you know what? Good at it. Okay. Okay, that's smart. Okay, I would not have thought to go there. This is why you have all the subscribers and I don't. My god, that's awesome.
That's a pretty huge downside, seeing as Air Blast is arguably Pyro's most powerful mechanic that is definitely in no way infuriating to play against. You can't extinguish your teammates as effectively, you can't reflect projectiles as often, you can't stuff Ubers as well. It seems really bad. But there is a silver lining to this, and that's how this red text makes people perceive the weapon. And also the people using it.
Oh, actually, that's... Well... I mean, there was the whole perception which allowed you to get away with all sorts of nonsense earlier. The fact that, OMG, I'm on fire, turn around, get away, so that actually helping the backburners. So does that continue? Well, how's that going to play in again?
That's just the thing. Nobody expects...
Huh, that was a really neat edit, actually. Huh. I wonder what he was holding with the gravity gun to make that look good.
you to be able to air blast with this thing. Which means if you want to catch somebody off guard, using the back burner to kind of smurf your way into easy air blast kills works surprisingly well. It is honestly fascinating how much of an impression this little dragon ornament can make on the enemy gamers. Like, look at this. In this clip, I'm on the flank, but then I get caught out by this soldier, and he shoots some rockets at me, so I air blast one, and then two of his rockets back, and then I retreat to get some health. Fast forward a few seconds, and I'm back on the flank. This time I run into a different soldier at first, and I air blast one of his rockets. He stops shooting me, but this guy shows up again after seeing me air blast two of his rockets and one of his teammates.
To be fair, he doesn't necessarily know that you've replenished your ammo, but or that you've already air blasted one, and the fact that you have air blasted one, and as you've said, you've only got 4 uses of the thing, assuming no other use from the back burner. It's not necessarily an unfounded concern, because our brains are complicated. We have to do these kind of heuristics in order to be optimal, in order to ensure that we're not burning all the energy on our brains and actually are able to use it for Twitch stuff. Well, for Twitch skills and whatnot. So it's not an unreasonable shortcut, but it does help you.
Looks at me and goes, well, this guy's a backburner pyro. There's no way he could reflect the 4th rocket, shoots another rocket at me, and dies. In this clip, it's CTF. They're bomb rushing the intel. It doesn't matter. But there's a soldier here who's coming in on the left there. He shoots once at me, sees me air blast, and then swaps to his shotgun, but then sees that it's a backburner, swaps back to the rocket launcher, shoots another rocket at me, and dies for it. Huh? If you're consistently getting fed rockets, sure, you could just shoot them back at the enemy gamers, but that's what you'd expect a pyro reflecting a rocket to do. So, hear me out here. What if we just take this soldier's rocket and...
Oh, that is... Why did I never think of that? This is why. Oh, see, this is why TF2 has stuck around for so long, because you can do all sorts of insane hilarity. This is why this game has stuck around for so long. And this is just one weapon. Granted, you could do that sort of thing with any of the flamethrowers, but still. Good at it. God, how much practice did it take to pull something like that off and get consistently good at? My God. Huh. That's impressive.
All of this insanity is the meat of the Backburners gameplay loop. Whatever the other team thinks you're doing, you just make sure that you're doing something else. Do they think you're with the combo? Go on the flank. Do they think you're on the flank? Run straight at them while they're too paranoid to notice. Like, take this situation. You're right in the face of an obviously smurfing gibbous vision sniper who is staring down this hatless Backburner pyro. He's gonna try and guess what your movement will be so that he can land a quickscope, so let's look at a simplified version of our movement options for this next split second. We've got A, continuing to hold W, or B, pressing literally any other button. So what do you think this sniper thinks you're going to do next?
Hold down W because hatless.
You got it? All right.
This looks like so much fun, but would be so hard to do. That is why this game has stuck around. High skill ceiling.
Cool. Now do the other thing. When using the Backburner, you never let them know your next move. Act like a genius mastermind tactician, and then in the next round...
Actually, that was an interesting clip, decreasing the frame rate so you could be a lot snappier. That's neat.
Act like you've got two brain cells that are both competing for third place. You want your ridiculous unpredictability to put the fear of God into your enemies. Revelations 13:12, I am the spy. From Team Fortress 2. Yeah, that's right. Did I mention you can trick stab with the Backburner? That's right, folks. Once again, it's back time. See, that's what we call a callback. Yeah, you're really just getting back to basics. You might think...
Oh, man. Are we playing a console game now?
You know, just really a back and forth exchange, if you will. Back Zynga. We really should be playing like the spy.
I should not have laughed at that one. Well played.
From Team Fortress 2. But unlike the spy from Team Fortress 2, we have a flamethrower. See, that's the nice part about any...
Which is why Pyro is superior to spy.
Class that isn't the spy. We actually have options for head-to-head combat that aren't,
that aren't dead.
class. Yeah, I know.
Agreed.
In the right hands, a revolver can be pretty powerful, but most of the time, if you get caught out as spy, you just die. Let's take a look at a quick scenario. Let's say that you're a spy on landfall and you go for a corner stab next to these stairs. And oh no, your keyboard messed up and your mouse didn't work and your eyelids got in the way and your chair broke and your room was too...
Yes, the sun was in my eyes, my back hurts. I'm working on 3 hours of sleep. What other excuses can we come up with? My cat insisted that I let it sit on my lap.
Cold that day, so for reasons entirely out of your control, you went around the corner too early and now everyone's looking at you. At this point, if you stick around, you're basically dead. You could get 1, maybe 2 shots off, maybe a decent trade if you're lucky. But now, let's take a look at that same situation as a backburner pyro.
Somewhat different scenario as there were, I think, 4 people in pretty close range of you, but still. And of course you get something for your unusual as well.
There is one advantage that the spy has over the backburner though, and that is that his backstab range is the full 180 degrees. That tends to lead to some interesting hit detection, but the backburner's range is only about 74 degrees, which can lead to some...
Actually, what was that, Edgar's
interesting hit detection, but the backburner's range is only about 70...
Hit detection is a lot more complicated than just be within that degree of their back. Most notably that it involves the vector describing the direction of your fire particles instead of your position. Oh, that's interesting. Video is long enough, so we'll talk about it more in the behind the scenes. The point is for now that it's a lot more restrictive than backstabs. Alright, fair enough. So it's based on... So it's based on the direction your flame is going then? I can see that getting complicated. So not only do you have to... So in that case, if you had to worry about it... So you would have to have already turned around and be landing the hit then by the sounds of it. Still, I mean, if you're able to sneak up behind people properly, do you really care?
74 degrees, which can lead to some even more interesting hit detection. The thing I've noticed most is that the crit mechanic has trouble registering when you're approaching from above, so the best position to put yourself in is one with a reverse height advantage. And if you are higher than...
So wait, hang on a minute. Obi-Wan on Suicide Watch.
Them for any number of reasons, try to aim where you think their back is going to be rather than where it is at that moment. It just tends to work a little better. By acting this insane, you've essentially turned any encounter with you into a guessing game. But even with the backburner stereotype debuff, players are going to start adapting at some point. Just take this clip. Imbued with the game's sense of some hyper-intelligent extraplanar being, this soldier has stopped shooting his feet. We've essentially conditioned him to be terrified of the air blast. So at this point, what do? Well, you press the funny button. When you're playing with people's expectations this much, you're conditioning them. And it's your job to know when they're adapting to you and change your play accordingly. Even if it's stupid, even if it's an objectively bad decision, do it anyway. The subversion is the point. You don't just want to kill your enemies, you want to make them go, what? Why did you do that? It's not about winning, it's about sending a message, which...
The words spoken by every Jigglypuff main ever.
Brings me to the main point of the video. How should you, a real Manco mercenary, use the backburner? Well, think about it. Above all else...
How shouldn't you use it? Sounds like the answer.
You have to be unexpected. And what's the last thing you'd expect a backburner pyro to do? That's right. It's using something other than the backburner.
Really?
The frying pan is a completely ridiculous weapon. It is just a stock weapon reskin, sure, but somehow, some way, its hidden stats take it to a completely different level. Oh, you're scared of being dealt guaranteed crits from behind? Well, guess what? We've got random crits. Oh, but wait, I hear you saying that's not fun to play against. Well, I've got news for you. You picked Pyro. That ship has sailed, dude. And also, that's kind of the point. The frying pan is loud. It has an obscene crit rate, and there's really no getting around it. It's annoying. Every time you roll that crit, it deals an extra 2d8 psychic damage. 3d8
And that can add up after a while, especially on low-level characters.
if they're a fiend, undead, or spy main. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that is a brilliant line. Extra damage from undead, fiend, or spy main. We're equating spy mains to literal devils and undead. So fitting.
You heard me right. A pan crit? That's a smite. The frying pan is a paladin.
Oh, that is glorious. Oh my gosh. That is so glorious. Yeah. This would be absolutely broken if it showed up in D&D. Look at this. I've seen great swords that do less damage than this. Literally. Including my own greatsword when I've played Pally.
Weapon. It's not just the best melee weapon in the game. I'm confident in saying this. It's the best weapon in... No, the best weapon in any game. That's how good the frying pan is. Man, come on. I was just getting into it. Now I have to build all that momentum up again.
Look, I get where you're going. It's a solid idea. Stupid, unexpected, funny. It's good. Follows a theme. But, that's kind of the problem, right?
What do you mean?
This is what we do every time. Starts as a tutorial, gets progressively dumber, and eventually it all goes to hell. Then we cut to the studio, and then we do an ending stinger. Same thing every single time.
Yeah, no, you're right. If we really want to do something unexpected, we have to do something fresh, something new, something original, something no two mediocre men sitting in a room with reasonably good microphones have ever done before.
Well, I mean, mediocre is kind of a strong word, right? Yeah.
Ouch.
I feel like I'm pretty confident myself.
Wait! I have an idea. So then I told him that if I had to give...
I don't even need to hear where this is going. You look at it and you immediately know the joke you're making. Thank you.
The Backburner a rating, I'm gonna give it like 420 degrees Fahrenheit out of 451.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah, like it's good, right? Like but the weird hit reg holds it back a bit for me. It's it's kind of like actual TF2. It's pretty good, but it's held back by a couple things.
Dude, you're so right. But
like what's with medics not healing me anyway? A medic's entire purpose is to heal high value pockets and give them uber charges.
Oh, this is such a good parody. Oh, thank you so much. Podcasts are so overdone right now.
Right? And clearly I'm a high value pocket. My strange original has like 50,000 kills on it. They should know to heal me.
Is he gonna start screaming hacks?
Not anybody else.
Didn't you like farm that in a strange leveling server or something?
Hey, you know what's so weird? I just realized today that I'm being censored by Valve.
Oh man, really?
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, they're targeting me. Ever since I got canceled by the radical woke soldier mains for calling someone a war pig, they've been trying to take away my platform.
Well, if I could just play Devil's Advocate for a second here, you're totally right. You're so right. And that's why they're so mad at you. It's because of how right you are.
Just this day, I tried to tell somebody about their stereotype in a game, and you know what it said? Voice communication is not available for this account. They're trying to silence me.
Oh boy, here we go.
Anyway, guys, if you want to stop the man's guide from being silenced by the establishment, make sure to check out my new Netflix special, Unusual Taunt Stereotypes, episode 46. It's going to be totally awesome.
Good stuff. Oh, still got 3 minutes on it, so is this... Well, you know what, we'll let you have your credits. That was a very good video, holy crap. Yes, that was a very good video. Very well edited. Good comedic moments. Yeah, that was incredible. I'm gonna have to watch the rest of these. These are hilarious. Oh man, that was great. Okay, let's see. Alright, I suspect looking at this, it's probably just... Well, I suspect the rest of the video is just going to tie into whatever meta-narrative is going on.
Here. You can hear them.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be more meta-narrative stuff, so we can leave that alone. Alright, excuse me for a moment. I need to go... Actually, you know what? It'll probably be easier to do this on my phone since my Brave browser is currently logged into my unscripted channel. I'm going to go subscribe to this guy right the hell now. Give me a second. I'm going to put the stream on pause. Effectively. That was a good video. Thank you for recommending that, Gilgamesh. I needed that laugh. Okay. Alright, good. Logged into the right account on mobile. Let's see. Soundsmith. There he is. Alright. I'll have to go check out his back catalog. That'll make for a nice bit of amusement. Alrighty, so... I believe that covers everything that I wanted to look at then, and... You know what? We're on a roll already, so... Let's see. Are you going to watch the other man's guys? Probably won't react to them, as I don't know if I necessarily had a whole lot of scintillating commentary unless you want to just watch a guy laugh at stuff, but still, very good video. I will have to watch the rest on my own time. So, with that in mind, let's see. Is there anything I missed? There is a post-credits. I like the Huntsman one. He actually did a Huntsman one. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess after clickbaiting people so hard, he'd have to do the Huntsman, right? Either way, show. Is this earlier than I would normally end a stream? You know what? Since we're in Linux, I may as well do one last thing. Since it doesn't look like there's too much I need to look at in chat, let me just get set up for it real quick, or at least what I have in mind. Because something that I will eventually be doing, and something I've talked about elsewhere, is that at some point, once that I've made the move over to Linux, I want to demonstrate definitively that while there is a little bit of more work required in order to get video games and whatnot to work within a Linux system, it's not nearly as bad as people think it is. So I think to demonstrate this, the best thing I can do is to take a more recent release that isn't even out of early access yet, because I tested 3 games just in case I needed them, in case Brave or my computer just decided to go completely kaput. I tested Torchlight 2, which required me to force it into a Proton layer rather than a native Linux due to an issue with the launcher. Dungeons of Dreadmore, which was the silly game with the sentient potatoes that wanted to kill me. And, just for fun, since that it's still in early access, it came out the same day as the Backburner. It was a double upload. Oh, neat. I guess for the Huntsman video, I'll have to check that out sometime. So, to give you a sense of the fact that, hey, it's actually a lot simpler to get stuff working in Linux nowadays, I had to do 0 modification to get the following game you're about to see working properly in Linux. Come on, load up. There you go. Early access game. Thanks to the wonders of Proton, I was able to do a full run just right the hell now. Let me just make sure everything's set. So, since I don't have anything else, since I don't have anything else that I need to watch tonight, or at least feel the need to watch tonight, let's just end with a run of this. Okay, so it's the same. So there was the same issue that we had with the cursor in full screen mode. I did unlock this weapon recently. It's a neat one, actually, so I may as well show this off real quick. So, the main projectile... So it's primarily a projectile weapon, though you've also got this that you can send to circle around a spot. If you hold down, you can have it follow you. I ended up having a really neat build with Hestia focused around that. That was really cool. But this is the one that'll give me more stuff, so let me just remind myself of what this does. Alright, so then we got this that can throw out. Alright, just need to remind myself of that. Alright, we're good. So, to close out for the night, let's have some fun.
Commencing. The blacksmith sigil. What, is he going to fit me for a suit of armor? In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
And it looks like I need to turn the audio up a little bit on Hades. Give me a sec. I'll set it to -5. That should do. Actually, -4.
They told me you needed a weapon or something. You already got one. Right, lousy one can spot that piss poor workmanship from here. Though, I could tune it up.
Alrighty, what have we got? Oh yeah, they added another feature where there's certain elements associated with each... Well, there are sometimes elements associated with a particular boon, and that can allow other boons to be more effective. Looks like a relatively new feature. So a nice way for them to add some degree of variety. So let's see. Yeah, I don't use my cast often enough. occasionally creates a blast. Let's just go with this.
My silver all grew stronger, didn't it?
Alright, right back in the group. Here we go. What's over here? Oh, right. That was just to make sure I was fully outfitted before heading out, right? Alrighty. Let's see how far we get, boys.
Come on. Denied.
There we go. Relatively simple to start with, as you would expect. At least the music's still good. Let's see, don't need a pomegranate upgrade yet, so let's go for a max magic upgrade. There we go.
A soul tonic.
Let's see, I've got this written down for something I need later, presumably for a weapon or some sort, so let's go check out this direction. Oh, these things are annoying to deal with. Shouldn't have gotten so close to that one. Damn. I'm taking half of my taking half damage. Whoa. Lost half my health. These guys? Really? Well, this is what I should have been doing, apparently. I need to remember that I regenerate magic pretty quickly now, thanks to an upgrade I got back at town. Well, back at the home base. I should be abusing that a hell of a lot more often. Do I want Demeter or Aphrodite? I don't think I've gotten too much from Demeter yet, so let's go this direction. Ow. Stop. There we go.
Hold on.
When bright Apollo gathered us and announced that his twin sister, whilst out hunting for our enemies, stumbled upon a long-lost relative with the Witch of the Crossroads, why, I was overjoyed and furious at once.
Let's see. Your attacks deal more damage and inflict freeze. Ooh. That could be useful. Melee deals damage in the air. Not the most damage. Well, every 45 seconds? That's not bad. Max life would be useful. But I think I just need more damage right now.
Life or death.
Jeez. Mini-boss time. Here we go. Time to die. Ah, these things again. Oh, that still hit me? Alright, let's get rid of... Ow, damn it. Alright, that takes out the people flanking us. Alright, that should be enough to take you out without too much trouble, now that you're stun locked. Ugh, I am not doing well this run. I might be able to fit 2 in if I die this early. Let's see. Foe's attacks cannot knock you away. That's not the most useful, although the armor's pretty useful. Well, if I'm gonna be getting this close range anyway, I may as well make use of my cast, right? Bit of a delay on it, but we'll see how well that works. I've never well... Oh, that was quite useful, actually. Holy crap. Alright. Now we've got this. Theory, anyway. Okay, don't have a lot of money right now, so may as well go get something from Arachne instead.
Oh, little fly, come sit and rest your wings. You've come back!
Ooh, hang on. I see a flower I can pick. Alright, anything good?
Don't, my friend. Just... You don't need to look at me like that. You don't need to look at me at all. Look at the fineries I've made. Silk in every shape and color, see? It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is, Arachne. But to think I could have wronged you with an inadvertent glance just now. It's just I'm concerned for your safety out here.
Oh, there's no need for that. You see, my form included certain benefits. I get to live a long, long time to enjoy it. Besides, just because you found me here doesn't mean just anybody can.
Alrighty. Fate fabric will be more useful long term. Ooh. Double damage for my cast. I have to be pretty I have to be pretty swift to avoid that. Honestly, this probably makes the most sense long term, because I don't really need the other benefits. Let's see, what makes the most sense? Magic? Well, actually, no, let's go for money.
Come back soon.
My incantation must have led me to this place.
Oh yeah, I did just unlock this, didn't I?
Deep in the endless woods of Erebus lie secret clearings, undiscoverable, but through supernatural means.
I knew we'd find this place.
Alright.
Oh?
Huh? Who are you? What are you?
Are you lost, little one? Ran off.
I wonder what that's about. Interesting. This is the first time that I've seen this. I literally just unlocked it in the run I used to test out the Linux version. Well, the game under Linux, more to the point. It's using a compatibility layer to make the game think it's operating under Windows, and as you can see, they put a lot of work into that compatibility layer. Okay, this cast is doing wonders for me now. Holy crap. Ah, sucker. Didn't even need to use any charged attack. Very nice. Ah, damn. Need to remember that projectile deflection doesn't work the same way as it once did. Oh, perfect timing. Nice. Alright, I think I've got my group back. Let's see. Guaranteed plus 50 max health, or a chance to use my moolah. Let's go with the chance to use my moolah. It might even have a boat!
Here's the gold.
It's fortunate the underworld boatman's still plying his trade, even during a downturn such as this. I trust his prices have gotten better, at least. Or perhaps worse.
Probably worse. Let's see. Ooh. Huh. That won't even replace what I currently have? Huh. Let's see. What does days do? 20%. Well, that's a 20% chance, so. If it won't outright replace what I got, I'll take it.
No sign of Hermes yet, my lord. Forgive my impatience. I know infiltrating our enemy's ranks and discovering the details of his plans to conquer Olympus is sensitive work. Of course. He'll be back any evening now, I'm sure.
No pressure then. Alright, let's go get ourselves into trouble.
Headmistress, I'm concerned Kronos may find us. I first encountered him not far beyond these woods.
There are so many passageways to Erebus. 'Tis exceedingly unlikely he shall find the way. You face a greater risk than that right now. Cross flames burn!
Still hit. Thought he had dodged that in time, apparently not. Okay, I'm being slow on those dodges. Ah, okay, get away.
Return to me, sisters.
There we go. Okay, that's not the real one. Here's the real one. No, you don't. Damn, timed that one poorly. Alright, that one ain't real.
I have more hexes up my sleeve.
I noticed. I'm surprised I didn't get hit by any of that, honestly. Found ya.
Good.
Alright, now I'm gonna get cursed.
Uncalled for.
Good thing there weren't too many enemies nearby. There's one that I haven't killed. Alright, that one's not real. Is this one? Yes!
So much for silken armor.
That sucks. Oh right, I forgot they came back. I forgot how far sprint could let you move. There we go. Okay, at least I got out of the woods.
You'll continue to grow, whilst I continue thusly testing you.
She trained relentlessly for this.
Alrighty then. Let's carry on. Not gonna surprise me with the visitor.
Far below, down in the deepest reaches of the underworld, awaits the ancient foe of saffron-veiled goddess Melenoi.
You'll help me find him. Into the depths.
Off we go. And now the transistor vibes return.
That singing.
Ooh, seeds. Alrighty. Let's go get the sirens mad at us again.
Spouts are up.
There we go. Nice and easy. Oh yeah, if I want to unseal these, I have to be willing to fight more people. I guess the next question is, am I okay with just a palm of power? Or do I want to try for something more? Do I want to try my luck, chats? I think we try my luck.
Let's see what's here.
I'll take that. That looks fun. Oh, jeez. Oh, shit. God, no evading these guys, huh? Excuse me while I gather this, which is clearly the most important thing to worry about right now. Don't run off on me while I'm trying to kill you. Holy crap, that was powerful. Okay, took a bunch of unnecessary damage, but still. Anything good? Special fires 2 projectiles, but have less range. Here, let's see. Strike sideways. Ooh, that sounds fun.
I'm grateful, Daedalus.
Yeah. I like that.
Interlope this.
Feels like the range on that has been slightly decreased, but so be it. Huh. A fair amount to be obtained from here, huh?
Laughable.
Aiming is a little wonky on this, or at least it feels that way, but still. Oh.
Got you.
Well, if you want to chase me, you can get caught in the cast. Damn it. Huh, that stung rather than hurting. Interesting. At least I think it only stung. It wasn't paying super close attention to my health while that was happening. I managed to snipe that guy out. Nah, sucker! Huh. Let me think. Which would I prefer? Actually, some burning on my special would be nice if I can get it.
You're in my way.
Oh, that was perfect. God damn. Down you go.
Hideous thing.
Where in those bloody depths are you, dearie? Underneath the sea? It's hard to get a blaze a roaring when there's water all about, but if you can handle the pressure down there, I can bring the heat.
Let's see what I get. Am I willing to give up a boon? Supernova's been really useful, though. We'll try this out, actually. I'm not using the sprint as much, but I am using... Well, but I believe it applies to the dash as well. So, we'll see how useful it is. Oh, right.
Where do you think you are going?
Right. You haven't seen this yet. I've only seen this offline.
Your father's wretches within Asphodel so hinted trespassers.
Need to get out.
So you can see a pathway out. Continue at your peril, granddaughter.
Ugh. I'm surprised I haven't burn my Death's Defiance charge yet.
Back to reality.
Take that, suckers. Damn.
Down the drain.
Yeah, come closer, suckers. Alright, this should get us some good distance. There we go. What can I upgrade? I don't think that's the most useful right now. Yeah, let's upgrade this.
There we go.
Okay. Let's go with this. I think I can get more bang for my buck again. Ooh, useful.
I see you.
I'm getting a bit of health back for my troubles. Nice.
In the name of Hades.
Anything good? Actually, an extra +10 for each encounter. Effectively a small buffer. Let's go with this instead. I haven't upgraded my special at all. Alright, let's see if I can actually beat the sirens on stream.
Look at here. How did you like our latest song, lady? Be honest, there's no right or wrong answer, okay? We thrive on feedback from our fans.
Last time I went up against them, they threw a different song at me.
If you seek feedback from your fans, ask them. As for me, I felt the chorus was catchy enough, but the lyrics and their disturbing themes were rather distracting.
Disturbing? Distracting? Compelling! That's what good music is. That's what Skilla and the Sirens are. As for our song, you'll understand it better if you give it another listen. This song's called Coral Crown.
Alright, back to it. Damn it. Not bad. Alright, that doesn't do damage, it just pushes me around. Alright, so drummer's down. Why did I think dashing into that was a good idea? Also, another detail I didn't notice while I was playing this the first time, you take them out, and you have the instruments slowly fall away in the music as well. Ow. Oh, that was poop! Oh hell, stay away, stay away! Ow! Okay, death defied. Dodged the wrong direction to that one. Okay, drummer's down. Damn it. I am letting you get way too many hits on me. Alright, just gotta deal with you. Luckily, the ability I put on the cats should be enough to keep those creatures away long enough. Okay.
Peace and quiet.
Oh, this battle's so good. Oh. That's a fun battle.
Collected works of sailor-slaying Scylla and her sirens lie conspicuously scattered here, imparting vengeance on the sensibility of those who dare to take a closer look.
You're such a mess, that little dress. Oh gods.
Sounds about right.
Time to dry off.
Agreed.
Don't give in.
Welcome to the Fields of Mourning. They ended up doing something interesting with this one, where the area is a lot more expansive, but as a result of that, there's a fair amount more to collect if you're willing to look around. So an interesting way to handle that. And eventually they do have things walled off by virtue of those shades you just saw. Be a little tricky to find your way initially, apart from just getting a nice view.
Failure. Despair.
So, where do they want me to go this time? Eventually you follow this and you reach where you need to be. Eventually. I haven't gotten past this level yet in my adventure. So, this is probably where the run and the stream will end, but we'll see how far we get. There we are. Okay, only one to attend to this time. So, I've got 2 things that I can earn. I'm willing to wander around here. Alright. From what has been said in a hint, I have to quote follow the golden petals. Ah, hell. Okay, what the hell just hit me? There we go. There's one. What can I upgrade? Don't really need... So fixed gain isn't going to help me just giving me more magic necessarily. We'll go with this again.
My boon grows stronger.
And this is the benefit of exploring. If I'm willing to take the risk on fighting other creatures, I get small boons like this. Then... Oh, I can channel that while still... That's useful. Cool. Alrighty. Your attack has more range and deals extra damage to distant foes. Ooh. Allowing me to treat it as a sniper? That's useful. Your dash strike hits a larger area and destroys 60% of any armor? 60%. I'm not using the dash... Well, actually, I do use the dash strike a fair amount. That was my favorite move when I had the shield back in the first game. I think this is probably more widely useful, though, but... yeah, given how I'm likely going to be playing, i.e. incredibly safely, that's probably my best option. Okay, so I can either go with the Hecate buff, or I can go with a couple of those. I think we'll take the risk on Hecate. Although I think the mini-boss here is what nearly... Oh, that's a different mini-boss than the one I saw. Alright. Need to knock these things out before they really start... Well, before that lightning hits us. Actually, dumb question. Those are treated as projectiles, right? Nope. Okay, those are not treated as projectiles. Okay, I cannot use Sprint to get through them. Well, I cannot use Hecate's ability to get through them. Cool. Alright, now there's only one of these guys left. What are you, anyway? The codex will probably have more information if I care to look, still. Maybe I should have gone to shred 60% of armor on hit after all, looking at this. Alright. Alright, let's grab the side stuff.
Hear me, on my authority.
Okay. Actually? That is a substantial health boost. That is a substantial health boost. Hopefully, he doesn't get too mad at me for burning that, but I guess we'll find out. That was fast. I'm honestly surprised it was quick. It seems like the mini bosses are pretty easy to shred now, but then again, maybe I've just been getting lucky with the builds I've been using.
Can't get through.
Oh, hey. Well, this is the best I can do. That would be a hidden boon, huh? Yeah, not much I can spend my money on. Okay, so there's 3. This one has a couple of boons, so let's go with this one.
Petals from a golden bough.
First and foremost, though, we get a bit of extra health and max magic from this, so let's shred it real quick.
Miasma.
And a bit of extra max health as well. Alright. Ooh! Ambrosia! I think it's ambrosia, or is it nectar? I know you get both, but still.
I've drawn them out.
Damn it, get away. I said get away! Bam! Not surprised I didn't take more damage from that, honestly. Okay. Ooh. Your attacks and specials gain more power the more fire you have. This is what I was mentioning earlier. Huh.
I grow strong.
I'll take a base damage increase. Alright, since these might cause me trouble if I don't deal with them immediately. Alright, let's set it up to get Demeter's thing. Down you go.
In the name of Hades.
Anything good? Let's see. Your freeze effects last longer? An extra plus... Huh. An extra plus 3 seconds. That's really powerful, actually. Huh.
For my mother.
That's very useful. Yes, we will definitely take that. I'll gladly take that.
Come in handy.
Alright, but there's one more thing that I can collect through here. Presumably it's this over here? Yes. Oh, no, you don't. That's okay.
Some of these golden coins.
Okay, there we are. Let's see. I don't want to see what Karen has now that I have a bit more money to throw around. What's this?
The underworld's pulsing, winding river Styx cuts through the edges of the sorrow-spreading fields, connecting to the depths of Tartarus below.
This truly is the Styx. Then I'm so close.
I wonder if we'll reach Kronos himself.
Olympus, I accept this message.
I'll take it. Wait, that's a new symbol. I haven't seen that symbol yet. Should I be nervous?
Hello? No.
The hell are you? What the hell are you? Did something happen to Cerberus?
Cerberus, is that you? I'm going to help you, boy, no matter what.
I have questions. The hell did he do? Okay. I don't know if that voice acting was supposed to be funny, but it was funny to me. Okay. That was phase 1 of the boss. Okay. Oh hell. I'm honestly surprised I survived all that.
Couldn't do it.
Running out of energy. Alright, just keep your distance for now. Actually stand a decent chance of taking you down. Oh, move.
Spirits of despair, be gone.
Huh.
Cerberus, it's really you.
Having shed its coat of torment, the soul-devouring infernal beast beyond the gates of Tartarus reveals that it is not the monster it appeared, but one more infamously vicious still.
No, wait, stay. Where did he go?
Away from here, apparently. Although, we've gotten past the 3rd. Then that means if this follows the same pattern as the prior game.
Authorized personnel only.
Welcome
Okay.
back.
Let's see if this works. Now, on my authority as Princess of the Underworld, unseal. Excellent. I'm in.
Welcome back to Tartarus.
Hey, babe. Oh, great.
Who are you?
What are you doing here in Tartarus? There's no way you could have access to this place unless...
Oh, wait.
Unless I could, like, fly? Come off it, babe. You're way too stuck in your own head. You'll probably be stuck here, too. Okay, gotta go.
Oh, great.
What did she just inflict on me? Your foes deal 20% oh my gosh. Oh, that's gonna suck. That is gonna suck so much.
Central control. Just need a moment. There.
You are trespassing on private property.
He hides behind these wretches.
Huh, interesting. Literal hourglasses. I'm guessing if I get stuck in them, I'll be stunned out for a bit. That would be my guess anyway. I'm half tempted to find out. They're plus 20% damage. Ah, didn't quite aim that one right. There we go. Anybody else wish to die? Cool.
No traitor to the house shall go unpunished.
Very nice. No reward for my efforts, huh? Interesting. I wonder what the difference between these are. Let's find out. Okay, so those are treated as static points that I need to hide behind or break quickly. Cool. Bam. Ah, jeez, I'm being attacked by a literal rat? That did a lot of damage, too, for just a rat. Shame I don't have my backstab bonus. That's a lot of money to give me. Huh.
4 more chambers.
4 more chambers, huh? Hang on. Is there something associated with the fates on that? I'm assuming that's what this symbol over here is, but... Huh. Let's try it.
That's a substantial cedar.
Man, this freeze lasts though. Ow! That's an ow, yes.
Your master will fare no better. I wonder, does this bottle's brilliant sheen come from the god of light himself? Perhaps to him it should return, right now.
Such a thoughtful gift. It's gracious of you to think of me like this, and during such a time. Though there's no need to go out of your way.
Hear me, on my authority.
Okay. You want me to use one of these, huh? Oh, they're doing a... Oh, they're doing a distorted version of Out of Tartarus. That's cool. Well, fate says I do this. Okay, so if I want to...
Could head straight for Kronos, or...
Yeah, let's keep moving for Kronos. Oh my god. That is incredible. Alright, so thus far nothing too threatening to where I can even afford to go after this mid-combat, but... Huh. Is this gonna be like when I was playing the first game and every time I streamed it, something crazy happened? First time I streamed it, in the first game, it was the release stream. Second time I played it, I beat Hades for the first time. Well, got through this entire dungeon for the first time. Third time I did it, I reached the credits. Oh my god, that was a lot of damage. Holy crap. Fourth time I did a crazy challenge that I'm honestly surprised I was able to pull off.
Last one. 2 chambers left.
Oh well, don't stand on those apparently. Good to know. I like the impact whenever you hit with the special with this thing enabled. Honestly, given how little health I have, I doubt I'm gonna beat Kronos tonight. Oh god. Nope! I'm not even getting there. Okay, fair enough.
Return to Shadow now.
You know what?
I heed your call once more.
Oh?
Again, our journeys intertwine. Why did you call upon me, Princess? Did you not receive the artifact I brought you from the Fates?
Lord Moros, I did receive the fated list, and summoned you once more as it ordained. All children of Nyx are welcome where I reside. Might we speak further there? I have many questions.
I don't know whether I can answer them, as my own search for truth has not been going well of late. But I'll not decline your cordial invitation. Please lead the way.
Then follow me.
I shall.
Alright.
Where did he go? Happen to see a tall, horned fellow passing through?
I guess we'll find out with too long.
Father, mother, brother, please be safe. Please.
Let's look around, then we'll call it a day.
A brief word. Princess, we've not met formally. I'm the official bearer of bad news. The Witch of the Crossroads apprised me of the situation here, and was gracious to invite me to stay for now.
You're welcome here and safe, Lord Moros. So then you know of my task.
To vanquish the usurper of the House of Hades seems more than a task. I regret this burden is yours to bear, and much sooner than expected.
It's all right. I was born for this. Another prophecy. Lord Moros has arrived. Now what?
I guess we'll see what he offers for too long. Prevail on the lowest depths, huh? Well, for now.
Good morrow. One more of Nyx's kin is here for us to mind. Your incantation tracked him after all. Doom typically arrives uninvited, of course.
Lord Moros is to be our guest. I know his presence must seem an ill portent, but if the Fates wanted him here, Who are we to fight it?
Who indeed?
Guess we'll see how that plays out.
Oh, come, Malinui, you need not influence me with such gifts. We have a task. Let us stay focused on it, no?
Now why would I be so
You have taught me to
courteous?
apply myself to many things at once, headmistress. Why can't I stay on task while paying my respects?
Alright, anything good that I can do with this?
May my intent be true.
Alright, a couple more things added on. So they restore extra life, that's useful. Builds a hidden chamber in Oceanus to help us out, that's useful as well. Ooh, even more. Actually, are the plants over here good?
Shipment came for you.
You're ready.
Okay.
Ah, that's a nice touch.
Grow and flourish.
Alright, before I see to you... Oh, right, that'll allow me to presumably change out keepsakes. That might prove useful if I ever burn my debt's defiance, because that's where I'm getting it right now.
As the three fates would have it, so shall I.
There.
It is done.
I wonder what that'll entail.
Domnoski Traxon.
Carefully said.
What else can we do? A lot of stuff, apparently. Let's see. Bit of extra health in Oceanus, I won't complain.
So mote it be.
Okay.
Katoskion Oski.
Yes.
So mote it be. Afraid not.
See, is that all I can mess with for now? Looks like it. Alright, let's go talk to people and then we can check out that new area. I think so, Karen. But why do they call it a building if it's not under construction?
I'm certain he's all right, my lord. This is Hermes we're talking about. It's not like anyone could catch him, even if he were in peril. New shipment there. Perfect condition.
Alrighty. I don't go for fake fabric very often. I think I'll wait on that.
What do I need?
Bunch of ashes, apparently.
Should be of use.
Guess I'll just keep buying nectar whenever I need it. I'm trying to remember what I'll need fate fabric for, and I'm drawing a
Ash of the
blank.
dead. I've need of that.
Guess we'll go see what I've got marked for that specifically, although I believe that requires me to go on the other spot.
See Charon's latest haul, goddess? Shipment by the riverside. All yours. And we're watching the rivers, making certain this won't be the last.
Lord Charon risks aiding my efforts in such a direct way. Are we able to compensate him at all?
Aye, with what gold we've gathered recently. He really means to melt down every last one of those Kronos coins we can get our hands on.
Oh yes.
I'm sure he won't want competition. So, what exactly is this over here?
A small spring draws its heat from deep within the earth. Its water so pristine and pure that they can cleanse the body and the soul.
If I get in, I might never want to get out.
So is this just for aesthetics right now, or is this just going to create another place where people can sit and be active? Guess I'll find that out in due time. It's not as if I'm spending a ton of time with this game. I'm usually only digging it out on special
Nemesis
occasions.
on break, I guess.
Usually only digging it out on special occasions such as this, so it's not as if I've gotten all that much farther.
What is my path? I'll have to get more.
Maybe that's what I should be spending on work on Psyche instead, so that I can add more to that
Eternity.
Let's use. That has its use, actually. And that cost me nothing, too, more importantly.
Night.
Yeah, it looks like I should focus on earning Psyche for now, then. So I can stack more of those up. Oh, that's to show up as soon as I go somewhere else.
This one. I'm short on bones.
That'll do for now. You have something to say, Nemesis?
What you said to me before about my mother. That was very cruel.
Fair enough. Can't kill each other here, but we can use our words. If we were fighting for real, I wouldn't have held back either.
I figured not.
That's to be expected. Let's see. Alright, so Hypnos is still over there. I wonder how many more plots I'll eventually get for that section. Well, for planning stuff. Not quite able to get that yet. May as well mark it as such, so that I can start looking for that. Ah, I can use the fate fabric for that as well, huh? Impressive, don't have... I'm trying to remember where I get silver from, and I'm drawing a blank. What do we got as far as this?
There.
Alrighty. I suppose...
Keep practicing, as though you still had lives that depended on it.
Of course.
Within the haunted crossroads reside shades and spirits of all sorts, some resembling their mortal selves, and others rendered down to purest essences.
You all right, Homer?
Nay.
This game's silly. So this is how... Oh. Wonder what that'll entail. Okay, now I'm curious. So that's how I go and trigger that other feature? Actually, first I should go and do the usual talk with him.
Commander, you once held a place of honor in my father's house. So you must know Cerberus, right? I found him in the morning fields, coated in miasma, heads to paws. Was he always prone to uncontrolled fits of rage?
Oh no, he mostly sat around. We go way back, it's just... I kept strategically afar, seeing as he's kinda like a dog and I'm kinda like a bone. So now he's giving you some trouble, huh?
It's not his fault. Kronos must have cast him from the house, put him out to pasture. I broke through all the grime and calmed him down, but he may need another cleansing soon.
He never did like bears, just so you know.
So that's how they justify us needing to consistently fight him, huh? Yeah, they had to do it somehow.
Upon this cauldron by the will of night. Hear me, shades of the dead, and listen well. Your strength is needed now to join our fight. Upon Olympus and in depths of hell. Within these crossroads, you are safe with us. Yet we would ask your service to our cause. Your will is yours, your choice is given thus. Together let us rise above our flaws. So mote it be.
Don't mind me. Looks like I'm not going to be able to interact with you then. What's this going to entail?
I was just thinking nothing clears the mind like a refreshing, burning hot soak. Care to accompany me?
Look, I do love a good hot bath, even whilst dead. And I'm not one to say no to goddesses, so... why not?
What's this entail?
My eyes are properly averted, goddess, that I swear.
Of course.
Would mortals often bathe, Odysseus?
Oh, well, most of them would bathe from time to time, though seldomly together like this. Men with women. It could be untoward.
I see. We gods have no such shame, I realize. Have I made you uncomfortable?
Me? No, goddess, of course not, no. In fact, I've bathed with goddesses before. It's been a little while.
Well, as long as it's agreeable for you.
It is. Agreeable, it is.
Alrighty then, so small little story points to get to know people around here. Fair enough.
Well, don't know about you, but I am properly relaxed, I'd say.
And I guess that's another way in order to bump up, well, everything here.
Nemesis, maybe we could start again. Here, I got you something.
Don't need your charity, princess, or temptations while I'm on duty or off. You're doing this because you want something from me anyway, so here, knock yourself out.
Well.
Thank you, Nem.
There we are. Wonder what that keepsake does.
Expanded my collection.
Extra damage to the last foe that vanquished you. Interesting. Huh, I'd have to get pretty damn far down in order for that to be useful, but still. Alrighty. So, I think that's where we'll go ahead and call it for the night then, as I don't believe there's anything more that I desperately need to worry about. I think I'll switch to these for the next time I jump in, since that I had a decent amount of fun just with those weapons when I was playing. Alrighty. Show! Let's say that was a fun stream. I had a good time. So, good videos, good game to end the night with. So, looking ahead then, just to remind everyone of the plan for the next few weeks, I am currently on a busier on a busier schedule as a result of the day job, or more accurately, as a result of needing to ensure the brother's able to make his new day job. So, because of that, once the final Golden Sun video goes out on Friday, that will be the last you see of the Friday night slot for a while, and I'm going to be focusing on a long-term game instead. I feel a little bad about the guessing game that's been going on regarding that, as I feel like a cat playing with his food in that respect, because a lot of hints have been proffered, or a lot of guesses have been proffered, I should say. And I've been a little deceptive about that, because I think I was asked point blank at one point, would you say yes if guessed correctly? And put it simply, I have not, because I do want it to be a surprise. So I've been extremely cagey, though, and as a result of that, the game that I'm going to be playing has already been guessed once. However, a key thing that I'm going to mention right here is that there is as the final hint that I will offer before this time next week, is that the way I have denied the game we're going to be playing next is different from the other way, from how I've typically denied that, no, we're not playing this particular thing. So, that's probably a bit too specific. That's either not at all specific or too specific. So, I'll be very curious to see if anyone manages to get it before then, but still, time will tell, I suppose. Either way, you've got a week, and it will be announced at the end of the Golden Sun stuff, so there won't be much of a mystery there. If I'm lucky, I'll be able to divert enough time from my usual shenanigans to make a thumbnail for it that'll be different from our usual fare, if nothing else. Now that I've said that out loud, clearly I have to work on that, even if it delay the Pillars of Eternity video even more. And again, I was already half expecting that, so what's the worst that could happen, right? It's already taken this long, what's an extra week? Still, thank you for the fun stream. Grand time was had by me at least, so hopefully you enjoyed it as well. Next time this time next week, we will be beginning a new game. So look forward to that. And until then, thank you all for stopping by.